You see, the economy is just part of the, what do you call it? Part of the problems you deal with in the campaign. It's not the only thing that features in the campaign.
So what else would you be holding the NPP to account?
It's bad governance. The verdict is out that NPP has demonstrated, in the past 8 years, has demonstrated the worst form of governance this country has ever witnessed in this Fourth Republic. And so, bad governance is a major issue that is going to feature in the next election. You understand? Whether your economy improves or does not improve, nobody can live in a country where there is such a discrimination that even when the discrimination has permeated every facet of life, that if you are this, this is the law that applies to you. If you are this, no law applies to you, even if you do the wrong thing. Go and look at the distribution of practically every state resource in this country. Today, all opportunities, practically all opportunities in the country are located based on whom you know, where you come from, and which party you belong to. Is that the democracy you want to live under? Today, you have a system where majority of Ghanaians cannot trust in the criminal justice system. And it has been demonstrated all over in research upon research.
I see.
And today, regions and groups of populations don't feel belonged to the system. And so even in the recruitment into the security services, look at what is happening. Do you think that that is a sustainable way of maintaining our democracy, where recruitment into the security services is based on whom you know and your links in government? You are going to have a security system that is polarized and cannot unite to fight any enemy. You see, so there are issues of governance. There are issues about corruption, nepotism, and many, many other, lack of respect. I mean, leadership not taking responsibility.
Right.
So, trying to shift responsibility to everybody apart from themselves.
Chairman, my guess is the NDC may have learned some lessons since 2016. Again, because a lot of these things you're saying were also things that we had and reported on under the NDC.
You preach them.
What are some of the...
you preach them when they didn't exist. And because you were hearing it...
Is that the case?
Yes, you preach about them when they didn't exist. When they started calling President Mahama's government family and friends government, he had only one member of his family in that government. Only one member of his family in that government. And you were preaching it all over the place. Family and friends.
What are the lessons that you have learned?
The lessons is that I believe that we need, and I believe that the media has also learned lessons.
No, what are the lessons that the NDC has learned?
The lessons we have learned is that when you manufacture a rat trap, you must beat the path. You must yourself advertise.
What does that mean, Chairman?
What it means is that we felt, from the revolutionary background, we felt that if you do things to people, you don't go making noise about it. The people there will feel it. And so they will vindicate you when it comes to voting. Then MPP came on board and they used media to create wrong impressions, even where development is taking place. They find a way of creating the impression that development will not bring money into your pocket.
Isn't the NPP already saying the same thing against the NDC and the Ghanaian media? Exactly what you're saying.
No.
What I was hoping to hear are the lessons that you know, the NDC has
That's
learned
why I'm saying that we
governance.
have learned lessons.
But you're blaming the media at the end of it.
I'm saying that we came from a background of not preaching what we have achieved sufficiently.
Okay.
When our opponents were rather painting us black, and we said, oh, people know what we have achieved. So we are now learning our lessons that when we come, we must increase
which brings me to the question, what kind of a president is the NDC bringing us going into 2024?
The president who is always truthful to his people.
I see.
Who takes responsibility and makes sure that when there is a problem, he will not dodge the problem and be blaming other people. He will face it, take the necessary decisions, and if those decisions are bringing hardship, he talks to his people that, look, this hardship yet is temporary. It is intended to help us contribute towards a better future. And so that is the president we are bringing. And we are bringing a president with foresight, who knows that when I need to do free secondary education, I need to provide the infrastructure. I'm looking at the resources that are available in the country. And so this is the way we should approach it so that we don't go and hit the wall and now begin to come back. But let me come back and explain to you why I'm saying that you are responsible. When President Mahama spoke to the media in South Africa about the way he's being criticized, is he not worried? Does he have a sound sleep? And he said that, oh, now as for criticism, he has developed the shock absorbers to absorb criticism. So it's like a dead goat who doesn't fear a cutlass. Then you take it to mean that if you criticize him,
Chairman,
he will never listen to you. That was what you media people projected. And then,
Chairman, the former president is only now explaining himself.
No, we explained it at that time. We explained. This interview was conducted when he was in South Africa. It wasn't even in Ghana. Then, on the case of the other one you are talking about, the dead goat syndrome, and the other one where he said that, look, if you have not, those who have sat on the saddle know where it pinches. So Bawumia should be careful because he had not sat on this seat before. It was taken out of context and projected as if because he's a president, then nobody who has been a president can criticize him.
Are there any changes?
That was completely wrong.
Are there any changes that you hope that the former president himself, on that personal level as the number one person in this country, should that be the case in 2024?
I'm saying that those things you are accusing him of, it was your problem. You took what he said out of context and believed that it meant that he was a president who does not accept.
It seems you are now taking me out of context. What I'm asking is, are there some personal lessons that you feel that John Dramani Mahama should have learned going into 2024, and what would those be?
Well, I believe that he has known human beings better. So in his next government,
human beings, like who would
Ghanaians,
fall within that?
Generally Ghanaians.
I see.
You know, when you are in power, it's a different thing, the set of friends you have. When you are outside power, you see the set of friends, whether they are lawyer or not lawyer.
So when he was in office, he didn't know us too well.
These are things, nobody knows human beings perfectly until they die, the day they drop dead. Every day we learn something new about human beings. Every day we learn something new about friends and opponents and so on.
Chairman, so how would you describe cohesion in your party at the moment?
Oh, it's as cohesive as any political party could be, which is poised on winning power.
I see. This is despite the ouster of your parliamentary leaders, which the party has failed to really speak about.
What is it about? This is not the first time we are changing parliamentary leadership. So if
no, I didn't say change. I said ouster, because that was the impression. The impression that the people who had been removed created and they chose not to talk about the matter. How did the party deal with it to ensure that
and I'm saying that
the cohesiveness?
as far as I'm concerned, that is nothing new. And we will continue changing leadership. If we are in government, we will continue changing ministers. Reshuffle is a natural part of governance. They mind the same way as a coach handling a team in a match. The reason the coach will be on the touchline watching the match is that there may be bad days for particular players, they may be good, but certain occasions they may.
So what I'm saying
so
is
when
that
they are
the
playing
removal of Haruna Idrisu as leader of your side in Parliament did not go down well with not only himself, but his tenure of leaders, co-leaders as well. Is the party sweeping that under the carpet going into the elections?
Have you ever called anybody who has been reshuffled in government before to find
I didn't
out
have to.
whether they like it or not? I'm saying that, listen, governance is not about satisfying friends. Governance is about watching and making the right changes at the right time. So if you are working in the interest of a collective, you shouldn't be worried about, personal complaints here and there.
Have names come up?
I'm saying
for
that,
the vice presidential candidate.
Have you seen our party constitution?
Absolutely. And, John Dramani Mahama is supposed to make the choice in conjunction with the Council of Elders. What I'm asking you now,
do you have
some names
anywhere,
come up yet?
And so, is it in the constitution that I am the one they will bring names to, so the names will come up to me and I'll make a choice?
No,
you say John Dramani Mahama.
No, I haven't said you are making the choice.
So where are you talking about names coming up?
Chairman, hear me out. Chairman, hear me out.
Yes.
I haven't said that you are going to make the choice.
Yes.
What I'm asking is, what are the discussions around a vice presidential candidate for
There is
the
no discussion
NDC?
as far as I'm aware now.